folks, today on Sawmill Sunday, we are milling up something absolutely huge and gorgeous. You're gonna love it. Good God, what a log. All right, folks, welcome back to the Stoney Ridge Farm. This is your first time here or your 50 billionth time here. Please hit that like button, jump in, subscribe to the channel. Love to have you back here on the farm with me. All around us is a first-generation farm, and I'm building my dream, and I'm sharing it with you guys. So I hope you can enjoy that, and I hope you can appreciate it. What we're gonna be doing today is we're gonna be running the wood miser, and we've got a few pieces of equipment here I wanna tell you about before we even get started. So this is my cant hook. These are made in America. This is called the Log Ox 3-in-1 Forestry Multi-Tool. It's what I use to turn my logs and get them up on the mill. And whenever I head to the woods, I use that to help get my timber up off the ground to make firewood. So what we have here is my pile of logs that I've been trying to work my way through for about the last 3 months. We just finished the mega shop project. I'll get you a little footage of that as we talk. And we're using a bunch of cool tools here today. So the logs come off the Wood-Mizer LT40. This is a Wood-Mizer LT40, extra wide. It's nearly all hydraulically controlled. In other words, you'll see this thing lifting the logs up, rolling them, turning them, and then spitting out the lumber. And the lumber is gonna go on the pallet forks right here on Lucy. Lucy is our TYM T574 hydrostatic tractor. This thing is a beast. I just got done running the mill 2 days ago, and I loaded up, I know, 3,500 pounds, close to 3,500 pounds on those pallet forks. So pallet forks are a super handy thing to have on your farm, that's for sure. It's probably the most used thing that I have on the farm. Now this is my slab truck, okay? So this is Tater. Tater is a great big 1984 International pickup. And what we're doing is throwing our slabs over on here, and we'll use those for firewood. And we'll also use those out in our cow pastures because cows eat charcoal and wildlife eats charcoal, and it's a natural dewormer. So we'll build little fire pits all over our pastures, and the cows will consume that. Now, what else you see here? This is a Kubota RTV X1140. Lots of machinery here, lots of stuff going on, but what we're trying to do is get some pretty lumber out of this gorgeous log right here. The Wood-Mizer LT40 is a band type sawmill. In other words, there is a saw blade that is spinning. It's actually spinning this direction, kicking sawdust out, a sawdust chute over there. You'll see a little bit of soapy water, and that comes from this container. It's called the Lube Mizer. That's full of soapy water. It lubricates the blade as it goes through the log, so the log doesn't overheat in the inside and cause the blade to stretch and wear prematurely. You'll also see this critter right here. This is called a debarker. It's a little blade that spins. It's got carbide tips on it, and that eats the bark and the dirt off of this log before it pulls the blade through. Again, saving your blade. These blades are no joke. They're expensive. They're anywhere from $20 to $50 a piece, and we'll run through probably 2 blades cutting this amount of lumber. What we're gonna try and cut is all live edge slabs. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to accomplish that today, but whatever we don't do in live edge, we're gonna cut in 1 1/8 inch boards, and we can use that for any type of furniture project or any type of project here on the farm. Cabinets, furniture, all sorts of fun stuff. This is a control center contact. I'll turn the key on, wait till the fuel pump stops. This is called Simple Set. It's a little computer right here that's gonna get us to where we need to be. So that's a manual mode, and that is not manual. I'll hit that button. We're at 2 1/16. That's how thick we want these boards. We may go up to 2.5 inches thick on those boards. So for now, we're doing manual when we take our slabs off the top. This is the Lube Mizer setup that drives it forward, backwards. This drives it up and down. Probably can see it going up and down right now. And there's also a measuring device right here. So I'm watching this measuring device as we get closer to the end because I don't want to hit the dogs on the log deck, and you'll see those dogs going up and down that holds the log in place. This is the hydraulic control center for this machine, and we always need a measuring tape. And I just leave an old cheapy measuring tape down here. First thing we got to do is make sure our blade tension is correct. It should be between 2,800 and 3,000, and we're way up, way too far up. Just put a new blade on. New blades behave kind of funny, so now we're at 3,000. That's where I like to be. Absolutely. Awesome, guys. Awesome. This right here goes in and outward. And you got to think about it. The more space, and this is your saw blade right here, the more space you have going through there, the more chance that blade has of walking through the lumber. So we want this to be right up next to the edge of whatever log we're going to be cutting. You can see it's got a little dirt on there, and that's where this guy comes into play. So that's the debarker, and that eats the bark off. Cool. It's an electric motor right there. And this little light flashes whenever the debarker's on. Awesome. Let's fire her up, get her warmed up to optimal temperature, and we'll load this log. That's one of the biggest logs I've ever put on the mill. It's huge. Guys, I had to stop and I have to show you this. This is some of the most gorgeous lumber I've ever seen in my life. Yesterday, we really had some beautiful stuff come off the mill, but I've never seen anything like this. I just cut the slab off and this is huge. We'll show you guys. Unbelievably beautiful lumber that would have just went to waste. So first thing I'm gonna do here, I've got to cut this slab because it's too heavy for me to pick up. As you can tell, we'll chuck that over in the back of the truck here. Oh, that's a big boy. Oh, good gracious. That is heavy. Man, check this out. This is the most gorgeous stuff you've ever seen right here. So this is the Steel MSA 140C electric chainsaw, guys. Consider picking yourself up one of these. I really like it. It's done great. They're not a sponsor of the channel, nor is Wood-Mizer, and I just bent my scraper. There we go. Oh my goodness. So we're just scraping off just the sawdust that the mill creates. It's just unbelievable. The wind is blowing the wrong way. It's blowing the sawdust right back in my face. So this is gonna be the only log that we cut today. I can't eat that sawdust all day long, and I don't want to wear a mask. It's just too hot. So this is just the first one, not even the heart, not even the very center. We're gonna pour a little bit of water on this. That is beautiful wild cherry lumber. Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. There's a little burl right here. We're gonna get up into this burl, pour a little water on it. Look at that. That's what you want for your bar tops and tabletops. That's amazing. From this edge to that edge is 35 inches. Huge. We're gonna start taking off 2-inch slabs until we run out of log to cut. We'll actually flip this over and start cutting. You might wonder, well, Josh, why are you gonna flip it over and start cutting? Why don't you just cut that right there? Well, I'm flipping it over and cutting it because that is going to be one of the most beautiful logs, or one of the most beautiful slabs that we can get out of this. I may go ahead and cut that one as about a 2.5 inch, get down closer towards the center, then flip it, slab off the edge, and we'll just cut out as many of these as we possibly can. This is your money log right here, guys. These are huge, they're beautiful, and they're probably worth anywhere from $200 to the $700, $800, $900 mark. And if you build furniture out of it, oh my goodness, like a gigantic farm table, $15,000, $20,000 sometimes with this wild cherry. Let's get busy, let's finish her up. I'm gonna admit it, this is one of the hardest logs I've ever put on the mill, hardest to mill, in other words. I'm so worried the whole time I'm milling it up that I'm gonna screw up some kind of way. And this was the widest board I've ever put on the mill. This is exactly 36 inches right there on that corner. This is gorgeous, guys. This is unbelievable. We're gonna have a book match set for every cut right here. So we're gonna clean this off, and we're actually gonna slide this one over and clean the next one off. The last two cuts were close to 2.5 inches thick. This stuff is really heavy. You might see me struggling to get it off of the mill. It's because each one of these boards probably weighs somewhere in the neighborhood of 250 to 350 pounds. Ugh. They're heavy, really, really heavy. This is wet, okay? So it's not dry lumber. Wow. Unbelievable. Let's get you down here and get you a close-up. So it's drying out right now, and you can't really tell the grain until I hit it with this right here. Look at that. Deep, rich, beautiful grain. Got a little scarring right here. This is the kind of stuff that you want in your live edge. And you look right here, it doesn't look too awfully special, but we have a lot of heartwood, that red heartwood, and not much sapwood, which is this outside wood right here, okay? So what you're looking for in cherry is beautiful red heartwood and not much of this sapwood, and that's what we have here. Absolutely gorgeous. Let's pour this over here on the money shot. This is the money shot right here. This is the one. Wow, look at that. It couldn't be prettier if it was a mirror. It's absolutely gorgeous. Unbelievable, guys. Well, that's your Sawmill Sunday for today. This stuff, tell me what you think. Give me some ideas on what I can do with this, guys. Post some comments down there. Tell me what you think. Is it gorgeous or what? What do you think I should make with this? Should I make kitchen tables? Should I make my countertops in my new house that I'm building? I'm thinking countertops. I think these would make awesome countertops. If not in the kitchen, at least maybe in the bathrooms or something like that. Give them a cool rustic look, but man, that should be a kitchen table, and I think that's what it's gonna be, a great big farm table. Unbelievable. We still got 3 more to get through here, guys, but the wind is blowing right in my face, and you're not supposed to breathe this kind of sawdust. It's really, really fine. It can make you sick. So I'm gonna ease off on it, wait till first thing in the morning when there is no wind and I'm not having to eat sawdust like crazy. Reason I set the mill up like this, and when you get a mill, if you think about it and you get one, set your mill up to where the predominant wind blows away from you as you're working on the mill. And the predominant wind does blow that way, okay? So it comes out of the west and goes to the east typically, but today we got a reverse dominant wind. Awesome, guys. Thanks a lot. Please join me again here on Sawmill Sunday and subscribe to the channel. There's plenty more awesome stuff to go. I'm gonna take these, put them up in the new shop, and let them air dry for future awesome projects. I can't wait. We're building a wood shop here on the farm too. So guys, just so much more awesome content to come over the next few years. I cannot wait. Thank you so much. Hit that like button. We'll see you next time on the Sawmill Sundays on the Stoney Ridge. Woo!
Well, come on down to the Stoney Ridge. Bring your wife and bring your kids. We're living life pure and sweet. That's the way it's supposed to be, Stoney Ridge.
Woo! That's the heaviest board I've ever picked up. Wow.